So welcome once again, all my dear students, and here we are again going to start with the lesson topic that we are studying, the 100 dresses part 2. And this is page number 77. As you can see, we are done in the previous session with the first para, right? But Wanda and Maddie and Peggy wanted to go there and finally they reached, but found that neither Wanda nor any of her family members were there, and so they both decided that they should write a letter to Wanda. And they wrote, and they mentioned everything that they wanted to tell her. In that, they asked her about if she liked her new school, new place where she's staying or not. And they were also interested knowing that she must be happy there. And we studied one sentence, it was there, given in indirect speech, and we changed it into direct speech. Right? That's what we did in the previous session. And in the next
Yes,
paragraph, we will start here. Let's see. Days passed and there was no answer, but the letter did not come back. So maybe Wanda had received it. Perhaps he was so hurt and angry he was not going to answer. You could not blame her. And here the description given about her and also also the characters Peggy and Maddie that they wrote a letter the same. They sent it to the previous address, but they mentioned that please forward. And it must have been forwarded, and that was the reason that neither Peggy nor Maddie received it back. And so they are hopeful that it must have been received by Wanda. But they are just thinking about her. They suspect that if she was so hurt and angry that they did not like to answer to this letter, and if she is angry and if she is not wishing to write them back, she was right. And they are saying that we cannot blame her for not responding because these are the ones they had troubled her. They had tried to, you know, trouble her, asking the same questions again and again, and they also themselves realized that they were, if not fully, but partially, the part of that crime they had done of, sending them back to some other big city and not allowing her to be in the same school. Yes, we can say they were partially the part of that crime that they did, right? But how Maddie was feeling so guilty for that, and Peggy, was trying to find some excuses, but we do not agree with her, saying that asking her again and again the same question, Wanda got different ideas, and so she could design different kinds of dresses and won the contest. We don't agree with her. But these two girls are eagerly waiting for Wanda's letter. That if not early, but later, at least we should send them a letter back and excuse, forgive them for their act. Let's see then if it happens really. Weeks went by and there was no answer. Days passed and there was no answer, but the letter did not come back. So maybe Wanda had received it. Perhaps she was so hurt and angry, she was not going to answer. You could not blame her. Okay, understanding here, students, those who have just joined late,
yes,
I explained this. Okay, good. So weeks went by and still Wanda did not answer. Peggy had begun to forget the whole business, and Maggie put herself to sleep at night, making speeches about Wanda, defending her from great crowds of girls who were trying to teach her with. How many dresses have you got? And before Wanda could press her lips together in a tight line, the way she did before answering, Maddie would cry out. Stop. Then anybody would feel ashamed the way she used to feel. Sujal is there. Fine, I have muted him. So that way, the description about both these girls have been given here. That what about Peggy? That she forgot it, and she had nothing to do with that business. And Maddie, she was there always, thinking of Wanda, used to dream of her, defending her from great crowds of girls who were trying to tease her with how many dresses have you got. The same incident, repeatedly she could watch in her dream. And there she could find herself saying that, stop, don't do that. And this way, the days passed, then the weeks passed, and the circumstances now there were very normal, as if neither there was a girl, Wanda, nor Peggy and Maddie had ever troubled her. Everybody forgot about her. After a few weeks and the days passed. It came now, it was November month going on. And it is now 25th December and Christmas Day. And during that time, what happens? Let's see. Now it was Christmas time and there was snow on the ground. Christmas bells and a small tree decorated the classroom. On the last day of school, before the holidays, the teacher showed the class a letter he had received that morning. And dear students, very next day it was going to be started Christmas holidays. And they were all trying to prepare for celebrating the Christmas merrily, happily. And there comes a letter in the same morning the teacher had brought in the class, and she was then trying to show that letter to the students. So, do you want to know where was the letter she had received? What was the letter all about? Was it from Wanda? And what things did she mention in that? Would you like to know, dear students here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then let's see. Even if you know everything well, you are just trying to encourage me so that I can tell you. You know what happened, whose letter was that, right? But responding well. Good. Let's see then whose letter was it and what was written in it. You remember Wanda Patronsky, the gifted little artist who won the drawing contest? Structurally, dear students, if you see this sentence, you remember Wanda Patronsky, the gifted little artist who won the drawing contest. Structurally, it seems to be a declarative sentence, right? But in fact, it is an interrogative. Do you agree, dear students?
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Structure is concerned that it begins with subject, then there is verb, and then
Sir, your voice is breaking in
Sir, your
between.
voice is breaking in between.
Am I audible now, well, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, good. So there is a sentence given here on page number, I think, 78. The very first sentence in double inverted comma. You remember Wanda Patronsky, the gifted digital artist who won the drawing contest. If you don't find the punctuation mark given at the end, we find this sentence the kind of declarative or assertive or statement we say. Do you agree? Structurally, it begins with subject, there is a verb, and then there is object. Doesn't it seem to be a declarative kind of sentence? Yes. But
Yes, sir.
there is a question mark, and the way we read it or say it, then only we come to know that no, structurally it is declarative, but meaningfully it is an interrogative kind of sentence.
Interrogative sentence.
There also, very good.
Interrogative
The
sentence.
previous one also we understood that structurally it was just a statement, but there was an exclamation mark at the end, and so it was an exclamatory type of sentence. So here she is asking, so how can the question be framed? Instead of saying you remember Wanda Petronsky, what can I say
Do
to
you
frame a
remember?
Do
question?
you remember?
Do you remember?
Do you
Very
remember?
good. Do you remember? Absolutely right. Do you remember what Wanda Petronsky? Then the next part of sentence, the gifted little artist who won the drawing contest. Then the gifted little artist is referring to Wanda Petronsky, right? And who won the contest? If we forget about everything from you to artist, then the part of sentence remains who won the drawing contest. Itself is a question, right? Who won the drawing
Yes, sir.
contest? Very good. So,
Yes, sir.
well, she has written me, and I'm glad to know where she lives because now I can send her medal. I want to read a letter to you. The class sat up with sudden interest and listened intently. And dear students, she showed that letter and reminded them that they remember. She knows that there is no need to remind them. Such kinds of questions are called rhetorical questions where answers are not required. Just the form of sentence is interrogative, but answer is not required at all. And she also knows that students must remember her because she was the one whom firstly everybody ignored and were not at all bothered about. There, they remember and wanted everyone to congratulate her, meet her, and say sorry for their day. And so the teacher also knows that everybody remembers, but just this is the way she is, uh, trying to attract their attention so that she could read that letter to all of them. And she also adds that she has now come to know the address of Wanda Petronsky so that she may send her the medal. Okay, let's read the letter here. And children there are also listening to the teacher very carefully with some intention because they want to know answers of their questions that where has she gone, you know, where is she, where is her place now, what is her school about, everything. This is now the letter that she has written. I'm reading for you. Dear Miss Matson, how are you in room 13? Please tell the girls they can keep those 100 dresses because in my new house I have 100 new ones all lined up in my closet. I would like that girl Peggy to have the drawing of the green dress with the red trimming and her friend Maddie to have the blue one. For Christmas, I miss that school and my new teacher does not equalize with you. Merry Christmas to you and everybody. And this is the letter she has written not only just for the teacher but also to all the children. How can I understand, dear students, that the letter was addressed to all the children?
She asked, how are
Because
you
she
in
asked
room
about the
13?
routine and Mrs. Mans. Yes, sir.
She also
Yes,
wishes
from
Merry
this,
Christmas to everyone.
very good. From the beginning itself, we can understand that how are you in teacher and room 13, right? Gauri, how can you say that how are you is for teacher?
Because she has written the salutation, Dear Miss Mason.
Very good. That was expected. Then she also says there in her letter that she should tell the girls. The girls refer to Maggie and Peggy. Maddie and Peggy. You know how? Because she has mentioned further that the girl or one of the girls, Peggy, to have the drawing of the green dress and Maddie the blue one. It refers and it tells us that here she mentions the girls, only those two, Peggy and Maddie. But at last, she wishes Merry Christmas for all of them, all children in room number 30. And she has not forgotten to answer their questions about the school and the teacher she has here in new place. What she says there? That I miss that school. Means which school? The school here mentioned where Wanda was previously studying. And so she says that the new teacher does not equalize with you. Means The new teacher is better than the previous one, or the previous one is better than the new one? What do you understand from this? I mean that the
Previous one
school.
is
The
better.
Previous one
previous
is
one
better
is
than the
better.
new one.
Previous one is better than the new one.
Very good. And that's what she mentioned firstly, that how are they? This is just beginning of the letter. Then please tell the girls from there to blue one. It is the body of the letter. And for Christmas, I miss that school. From there to Merry Christmas to you and everybody is the ending, concluding paragraph. You can see, how she has written the letter. Dear students, do you think this is a formal letter or informal letter or semi-formal?
Formal.
Formal.
Semi-formal.
Semi-formal. Semi.
Semi-formal.
Yes, you are right, but it seems to be little formal than informal. How can you understand that if the letter is formal or informal? What is another thing that you can say that the letter is formal or informal? How can we identify? Of course, the language mentioned in the
Yes, sir. The
letter
language
helps
and
us,
there is
but
no
apart from
subject.
that,
And the salutation also.
Yes, sir. Respected teacher it should be, but it is dear and subject is not there.
yes, very good. But one more thing that you can identify, the subscription. At the end, yours truly. When there is
Yes.
informal letter, then what are the salutations used? Yours lovingly,
Yours lovingly.
and that kind of subscriptions are used. But when there is a subscription like yours truly, yours sincerely, and yours faithfully, they are the formal kinds of letter, or sometimes semi-formal. You know. So here we can say this is a semi-formal kind of letter because it has not just been addressed to the teacher but also to some of her friends, so-called friends we can say here. Not they were really her friends, but later these girls also realized that she was one of their best friends, and even Wanda realized later that they were not that sort of girls that her father could understand. That they were trying to, pick on herself and trying to trouble. But they were not doing it purposely. We know. Let's move ahead. On the way home from school, Maddie and Peggy held their drawings very carefully. And they were both very happy that Wanda told the teacher to hand over those drawings to them. Blue one for whom? Maddie. And red with some trimming was for Peggy, right?
Peggy.
Good. Then all the houses had wreaths and holly in the windows. Outside the grocery store, hundreds of Christmas trees were stacked, and in the window, candy peppermint sticks and cornucopias of shiny transparent paper were strung. The air smelled like Christmas, and light shining everywhere reflected different colors on the snow. Dear students, do you remember here a lesson from class 8? The best Christmas present, something like that. The best Christmas
Yes, sir.
present, I think.
Yes, sir.
So when is Christmas observed? Every year.
25th December.
25th of December.
So which day is there, do you think, from the month of December? The description given here. The incident took place that
23rd or 24th.
23rd or 24th.
yes, it must be 24th because the very next day the Christmas is there. How can we understand that there is the Christmas the very next day? Because the people have arranged everything to celebrate it merrily. The description here you can see that there were candy peppermint things, and all the decoration that was there. Right? Do you agree that it was a very
Yes, sir.
previous
Yes.
day?
Yes,
And
sir.
we can say it was 24th December. Now, another question, dear students, that I had asked you previously in the previous part also, that what was Peggy calling or addressing Maddie? Here it comes.
Boy.
What said Peggy? This shows she really likes us. It shows she got our letter, and this is her way of saying that everything is all right. And that's it. That's that. And here, Peggy herself being very happy that Wanda must have forgot, Wanda must have liked us also. Liked us means liked Peggy and Maddie most. It was a must for her because the way they treated and they wrote a letter to her saying sorry and telling her everything that took place in school. She also realized that Peggy and Maddie were not that kind of girl who wanted to trouble purposely anybody. And so she accepted, Wanda accepted their friendship and wanted to be in touch with each other. And so instead of writing a letter to Peggy and Maddie directly, she firstly addressed the letter to the teacher and she wanted to convey that message to these two girls through the teacher so that it is more, this is a protocol, dear students, sometimes that we should follow. As I think right from the beginning of this year, I have been telling you that whenever there is something that you wanted to convey to the higher personalities or the authorities, there is a protocol. You firstly talk to your classmate or not classmate, monitor, then the subject teacher with whom you are facing a problem. Then if you don't find any proper answer or any response, then you consult with your class teacher, then the in charge or coordinator, and that way. This is the protocol. So here Wanda following protocol, and so instead of sending the letter directly to Peggy and Maddie, and then instead Peggy and Maddie should go and tell the teacher that they have received the letter. There is a teacher telling them that she has received the letter. It is very good that we should. Is it well now, Bhumi?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes, dear Shreya.
excuse me, sir. Sir, from this, so we can say that she received the letter of them.
Yes, she must have received, and that's the reason that she is answering them well and also asking how they are, and also telling about her new teacher and the school. That is the thing that we can understand that she must receive the letter. Agreed, yes, Shreya? If she had not received
Yes.
the letter, she had nothing to do. She had also forgotten, and already she had told everything that had happened in the school to her father. And then the father had taken the decision that not to send Wanda back again to that school, and they had shifted from there to some other place. Then Wanda must have been happy, right? But here it says that the teachers there in the previous school were better than there in the new school. And she also adds that she was happy there, but she wanted to know about big children only, Maddie and Peggy and also the teacher. And she offered herself that the red colored with trimmers, that dress should be handed it over to Peggy, and the one that is blue in color should be given to Maddie. She understood now that she won the contest and she might have received the medal also later, not mentioned here. But after this letter was received by the teacher, there was a address written of Wanda, the new address, and then Miss Mason might have sent the medal also to Wanda. Right? Any more queries? So what do you think? Peggy and Maddie are happy to receive the letter or not?
Yes, sir, they were happy.
We are happy, sir. Yes, sir.
They are happy.
Yes.
Sir, they
Then
were happy.
did Wanda forgive them or was angry with them?
She forgave them.
Forgive Wanda,
Yes.
forgive them.
Wanda forgave both of them. How can we say that she forgave?
By offering
Because she
them
asked the teacher to give them the
Very
dresses.
good. By offering those beautiful dresses, red for Peggy and blue for Maddie. Very good. I hope so, said Maddie sadly. She felt sad because she knew she would never see the little tight-lipped Polish girl again and could not ever really make things right between them. Peggy is very happy, but Maddie is little sad. And she simply says she hopes so because she has not yet forgotten the way they had troubled Wanda. And she is sorry again for one more thing, that she knows that she is not going to meet such a beautiful girl again. The little girl with some tight-lipped, the way she was. And one more thing that she remembers, that she was never going to make proper amends between them. Right? She wanted firstly to apologize her. Okay, she forgave. But she remembers the way she had troubled Wanda. And also, she is not happy with that incident which repeatedly took place in her presence. Okay? Are you getting why Maddie was not so happy even if she received, the blue dress also? Or do you think she wanted red and she was given blue, so she is not happy? What do you think?
No, sir.
No, it's not like that. She is unable to forget everything that took place, and that is the reason that she is not yet happy. When do you think she can be happy? When she will physically meet Wanda, say her sorry, and when Wanda and Maddie will be friends, like Peggy is her best friend, Maddie wants Wanda also her best friend. But here, it didn't happen. She only forgave them, offered them some cloth, the blue for Maddie and red for Peggy, but it was not enough for Maddie. But according to Peggy, that was that. Means she was very happy with that. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Here we can understand the kinds of attitudes or the attributes the person has. Mm, Matt is little different from Peggy. In what way? Peggy is very casual. Whatever she does, she is very frank with that. She thinks something and then does. No. Whatever she thinks, that only she does. Some people, they plan in their mind. Yes, I'm going to do this. They think little more, excessively we can say, about the incident. And that kind of a girl, Maddie is. But Peggy, just doing and forgetting. Not much bothered about it. Both of them are right in their places, but preferably in our life we should be little like Peggy, not just like Wanda worrying again and again. It's up yourself only. The more you think, the more and longer the incident is there in your mind, and it affects you very differently. As you could see that she could not concentrate on her studies also, right? So sometimes it
Yes,
is
sir.
always better, let bygones be bygones. It is said, let bygones be bygones. In Marathi also it is said, झाले गेले विसरून जावे, पुढे पुढे चालावे. Right? So let's also
Yes,
move
sir.
ahead, not
Yes,
get
sir.
stuck. She went home and she painted her drawing over a torn place in the pink flowered wallpaper in the bedroom. So dear students, in one of my sessions I had told you that we probably recite a poem that, oh God, let me change the things that I can, and let me accept the things that I cannot change, and give me a wisdom that I can identify these things I can change and these I can't. So this is what even Maddie should understand, that this is not in her hand now. She can't do anything. She cannot go directly to Wanda and meet her. Now she should forget as Peggy did. Okay, and that's why I told you that we should be little like Peggy than Wanda. It troubles us only. So she went home and she pinned her drawing over a torn place in the pink flowered wallpaper in the bedroom. Still, she has not forgotten. She has simply gone and is trying to celebrate that Christmas day there. She's, trying to decorate her house also, and so she simply went and pinned her drawing over a torn place in the pink flowered wallpaper in the bedroom. Then the shabby room came alive from the brilliancy of the colors. Mary sat down on her bed and looked at the drawing. She had stood by and said nothing, but Wanda had been nice to her anyway. And dear students, she has not yet forgotten about Wanda, and she still misses her very much. And so, after putting that blue in colored dress, that drawing, she finds that her bedroom had much brilliancy, than before because of that colors and the glance, the shades the drawing had or the design of the dress had. Dear students, there are only two to three paragraphs left. Can we proceed because it is going to be 1:30. It is 1:29 already, and I think it will take hardly 5 to 10 minutes more to finish with this. Can we proceed
Yes,
or
sir, we can.
continue tomorrow? What about others?
So tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Sir, tomorrow
Okay,
morning.
okay. Then it will take one session for this. If it could be continued, it could be done in 5 to 10 minutes, but tomorrow it may take 20 to 30 minutes. Anyway, it's up to you. That's nice. Then she is also preparing for her, birthday, not birthday. Here I remember Tisha. She is preparing for Christmas celebration, and let's also prepare for two coming holidays that you are going to enjoy. But I'm going to interrupt you on both the days. Sorry for that, but we need
Sir, at
to
what time you will
continue.
be taking lecture tomorrow?
Sir, tomorrow at
9 to
1.
10. 9 to 10. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, 9:30,
Okay.
sir.
9:30 to 10:30.
Yes, sir.
You are the only one saying so. Rest of the class agree that we should start at 9. Sujal,
Sir, 9
can you
o'clock, sir.
please? Okay, you please manage for half an hour. Get up little early and be there at
Yes,
9
sir.
o'clock.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
So thank you so much.
at 1 p.m. also.
Thank you, sir.
So instead of in the morning, you want it at 1 p.m. at noon. Sushi.
No, sir, I was asking that 1 p.m. also there will be another session.
What do you say? Other students?
Sir, tomorrow one session only, sir. Please.
Sir, take 9
Okay.
to 10:30, but take once only.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. You can take.
Okay, okay. Fine. Only one. 9 to 10. That's it.
Thank
Fine?
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Thank you so
Bye.
Bye,
much.
sir.
Good day.
Thank you, sir. Bye,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Thank you. Welcome everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir. Bye, sir.
Take care.